Hey everybody. So I just wanted to jump in and touch on a few just suggestions for people that are in menopause and things that can help you along your journey. One of the things that I found with this whole monitoring of my overheatedness or underheatedness, the heat and the chills and the regulating my temperature, is to wear layers. So right now I have on a velvet coat, and then I have a cashmere scarf that's wrapped around, and then I have a merino wool long sleeve shirt. Then I have a jean dress, and I have like one of those cotton like bra tops on underneath of that. So the cotton, and then the merino wool, and then an outer coat, and the scarf, the cashmere scarf, and the hat is cotton. So this idea that you're wearing things in layers, and also wool socks or alpaca socks are my favorite. So in that, I'm layering so that when I do get overheated, I could just undo the scarf, okay, and not have it wrapped around as tightly as I had, and then it's not as hot. I can unbutton and let more air in. So it's that idea that having layers and accessories can help you to modify your temperature as your temperature changes. The other thing is, I've noticed that for me, like, I still love wearing like flip-flops or Ugg boots, depending on, again, my temperature modulation. So having those things, or moccasins, having those things available, that if I want to keep, if my feet feel cold, then I have that extra warmth of the socks and the Ugg boots. If I want to, if I'm overheated, then I can put my flip-flops on, and maybe the rest of what I'm wearing, the wool, like long johns, are still keeping my body like temperature regulated, but sometimes my feet are hot. So these are just some things that if you are going through menopause, these are some things that have helped me along the way, is just wearing things in layers and allowing yourself to modify as you need to. So right now I've unbuttoned the outer layer, and I still have the wool layer in between that's very breathable and moisture wicking. So those are some things that have been helpful to me. The other thing is the idea of detoxing. Doing for a particular reason and a season, a particular fasting and detoxing that has, the purpose of letting go the extra weight, letting go of worms and parasites, letting go of whatever organ is trapped, whether that is liver, gallbladder, etc., that your colon, that you're doing a cleanse to clear out your body systems. And during this menopause time, it's a very good time to do those things, because your body is going through so many different changes, and it's also good to clear out. The other thing is sleep. Sometimes my sleep gets altered to the point where I'm waking up at like 111 or 222 or 333. And before, I used to get annoyed and try to hurry up and get back to sleep. And now I'm looking at it as it's a God time. So if I am woken up during those times, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray in the Spirit. I'm going to read a Bible verse. I'm going to listen to some worship music. I'm going to do something that honors God when I'm woken up. Because maybe at that time, that's just what's needed. But sometimes when you're kind of coming out of that stupor of sleep and non-sleep, you're kind of aggravated and disappointed. So I'm trying to change that script, flip that script, and be like, okay, I'm going to give more time to you, God, right now, in prayer and in thanksgiving and in, appreciation through worship or through just reading the Bible. So that's another thing that has helped me during this waking up in the middle of the night type of thing. The other thing is having like nighttime routines, like stopping your water and any kind of fluid intake after a certain time in the evening. And then that way you're not going to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom as frequently. But if you keep drinking until midnight, then you're going to be woken up in the middle of the night to go pee. So again, being mindful of monitoring your intake so that when your outtake comes, it's not disrupting your sleep. The other thing is just practicing the intermittent fasting of stopping your eating at, let's say, 7 p.m. and then not eating the next day for like 8, 10, 12 hours later. It's better if you can do more, like 14 hours and up. But again, just being gentle with yourself through the process until you get into that pattern, get into that rhythm of, okay, I'm going to stop eating at this point, and then I'm not going to start eating the next day until another point. The other thing is being gentle with yourself, that you don't always have the same level of intensity that you did when you were younger. So let's say that I have the energy at this time right now to do my walking, and I'm feeling pretty inspired and pretty energetic right now. So I'm going to take advantage of that timing in the day that works for me when I'm feeling energetic, and I'm going to get in my walk. And for some people, that might be at the very start of their day. For me, that's not normally what it's like. I prefer to have my own private God time, in the very wake up of my day, and then go out for a walk in the afternoon. So you have to find, again, what rhythm works for you and your schedule. And that works with keeping you on a schedule so that you get your exercise in, you get your walking and hiking in, you get your stretching in. The other thing is other like nighttime routines is, like dimming the lights. Like I really have preferred having no lights on, or just a few candles or a few low lights in the evenings to just kind of prepare myself for sleep. And that helps to get the rhythm for rest and relaxation. Hello. And then also like doing the Epsom bath with Epsom salts, maybe some essential oil like lavender to relax and prepare you for sleep. That's another way to get your body in a rhythm for rest and relaxation. There are other things that I've done, and I'm still acclimating myself into new routines, like doing a dry brush on my face and on my body before showering, and then doing a gua sha, metal stainless steel tool, whether that sometimes I do that after the shower because my skin is more supple after the heat of the shower or the bath, and then doing that with some coconut oil after the shower. So again, it's just finding your routine, finding your rhythm. But those things have definitely helped me in my phase of menopause. The other thing that has definitely helped me with my stress levels is taking ashwagandha. It is an herbal supplement, and it really does help kind of keep you grounded, but also things roll off easier when I take that supplement. So I'm not as angst out or accelerated when I take that supplement. So That's another way to help manage your hormones during this season, this time in your life. And the other thing, just in terms of like watching how your body changes, and in the sense of like, maybe you're not wearing a size 2 anymore. Maybe in menopause, you're wearing a size 12, like making friends with your body and your body temple, and just, like allowing yourself to be where you are and move through it, and not judging yourself that you're not good enough, but just to be with yourself in this process of how your body is changing as your hormones are going all over the place, and as you're trying to find your inner and outer balance again. Like right now, after this year of all the different modalities that I've put into focus for my health and fitness this year, I now have lost an additional 70 pounds, and I'm now like a size small, medium, depending on what I'm wearing. And that's such a difference from wearing like 1X and extra larges and larges. Like, to be in a size medium and a size small again is just amazing. And that is again about like allowing your body to go through this process, and then doing the things that are helpful to put the body back into movement, like exercise, walking, hiking, stretching, and then also to allow the body to express itself differently than when you were in your 20s and 30s. Like back then, I really didn't have much of a sweet tooth, whereas now, like, I like more of these comfort foods like bread, or like a lemon bar or a cinnamon roll or something like that. Like I have more of a desire for that kind of thing now, whereas before it just wasn't of interest to me. And I think that's just also the nature of just your body changing and having a different cravings. I'm not saying I'm doing this all the time, but I'm just saying allowing yourself to experience a different phase of life. Because when you go out, like when I meet up with different people, there's more of a, let's have coffee, let's have, an almond croissant, or let's go out for a sandwich and soup, whatever. There's more of a food kind of interest at this phase in my life, whereas before it wasn't like that. So just, being mindful, allowing yourself to go through the changes, and also just, as you move through your routines and you're striving to meet your goals, to be gentle with yourself. Like, okay, I want to lose this much weight. And let's say your goal is 6 months. Well, maybe it really takes you 9 months to reach that goal. So when you've set your initial goal and you're like, I really want to be this weight by this time, be gentle with yourself that because you're in menopause, because your hormones are firing at a different level now, that you may need more time to achieve those goals. And it's not that you're failing, and it's not that you're not trying. It's that your body is just at a different season. So allow yourself that extra time. So if you get to your 6-month mark and you're like, oh, okay, I'm at 150, but I really wanted to be at 130 by now, then just shift your goal and say, okay, now by this date, I'm adding another couple months, I'm going to be at this goal. So just allow yourself to be adaptable. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So thank you for being with me, listening to me about these tips on menopause. If you could do me a favor and do a thumbs up, like this video, like my channel, subscribe, and make a comment. It really does help to grow the channel, and I really appreciate your support. And I hope you have a beautiful evening. Shabbat Shalom. Good night.